All right, so I just finished up week, let's see, 17 out of 72 weeks doing this um, Sculpt and Shred 18-month program. Let's see what happened this week. So overall, this week was really good. I felt like I still felt pretty good motivation to go in the gym, but especially towards the end of the week, even though I was still able to kind of push through and I felt like I could push to getting pretty close to failure, like the weights were just less. So even though I was like still working pretty hard, I just like physically was not able to like push as much weight. So I just kind of did what I could. But I still think I still felt like I was getting some pretty good workouts. The diet has, and I knew this going in, but it was so much to try to do everything all together at once to get the workouts and the diet put together. But since I've really got the diet on track, like I've really, at least visibly, been noticing more results because I have been losing weight, but that's where I want to try to like find the sweet spot. Like I don't like my goal in this is not to lose weight. My goal in this is to kind of like build muscle and, you know, get my body ready for a bodybuilding competition. And so I don't want to be like losing so much weight that I'm not able to like gain the muscle that I need. But then like when I first started and I got the DEXA scan, my body fat percent was pretty high. So I don't know. I'm pretty happy with the diet right now, but I'm definitely in a calorie deficit because I am losing weight, but I just don't want to be losing so much weight. And it's not a lot. Like I've been losing, since I've really been sticking to the diet, I've been losing about a pound every week on average. And I'll show you in my app when I get to that. But I want to make sure that I'm still building muscle. Like my muscles are starting to show a little bit more, but it's not, I don't think it's because my muscles are necessarily getting bigger. It's that I'm decreasing my fat to the point that you can see my muscles. But I don't know. I feel like that's where I need to be right now, is to get my body fat percent down a little bit more so that maybe I could like put more calories in a little bit later to keep building muscle. So I don't know. I'm still playing around with it, but I like the diet the way it is. And I've really found, as of right now, something that I'm able to eat the same thing pretty much every day and be satisfied with that. And it's really simplified, you know, my life a little bit. Kind of like I've already simplified my life by basically like wearing the same thing every day, so I don't have to think about like what outfit I'm gonna put on before I go to the gym. And you know, with the meals, I don't have to be thinking about, okay, what am I gonna eat every day. I don't have to spend time on the weekends like meal planning. And so basically I've just left it to like one day. So like Sunday is kind of, I don't really call it a cheat day because I don't just like eat whatever I want. But it's just, I'm not eating the same thing as I do every other day, and I'm not focusing on really my macros or anything, but I am still trying to keep like my calories in check and not go like way overboard with the calories. So the only day that I really like have to think about food and what I'm gonna eat is Sundays now. And I'm gonna keep sticking to this diet for at least another week or two, probably 2 weeks, for two reasons. Number one, like I am seeing results in terms of at least decreasing my body fat or weight, I think. And number two, I'm gonna have a stressful couple of weeks coming up because it's getting towards the end of the semester. My class, we have like our final report and presentation next week, and then I'm working on my qualifying exams for my PhD, so that's going to be due the week after that. So I think it just simplifies everything to just keep eating the same thing. It's pretty easy to meal prep, and just, I don't know, it just makes everything easier. So that's what I'm going to stick with for now. But yeah, I guess I don't really have anything else to talk about, so I will kind of show you in the apps like what I've been eating. I didn't really, it's basically the same thing as last week, but somehow I've gotten it together to where my macros for for every day except Sunday pretty much were just like dead on. I had, my macro goals for right now is 40% protein, 25% fat, 35% carbs, which I know some people like they want the carbs to be a little bit lower. So like typically I think it's like a 30-30 split between carbs and fat, but I like carbs a lot, and it's actually been kind of hard. I had to add in olives to really boost like that fat percentage up. So that's what I'm sticking with: 35% carbs, 25% fat, 40% protein. And that's what I'm going to stick to probably the next 2 weeks. So I will show you what I've been eating, how many calories, and all that stuff in my apps real quick. All right, so here is the Fitbit app, and you can see my weight. So I really started focusing on my diet after I got back from my vacation back here at the end of March. So that March 26th through April 1st, I was 141.7, and then I dropped about a pound that next week, and then I dropped another pound that next week, that April 9th through 15th, and then I dropped about another pound the next week, and then this past week I dropped another pound. So sticking to about like trying to keep it at or below 1700 calories has seemed to be that spot where I'm in a calorie deficit and I'm going to start dropping weight. Like I said, I'm hoping it's not any like muscle mass, that it's fat that is dropping. But I've been trying to keep pushing at the gym to keep building muscle. So, I don't know. I think that's good. I'm pretty happy with it. Like I said, just for simplicity, I'm going to stick with what I'm doing for the next couple of weeks, and then, maybe after that tweak it. And then, yeah, after the next 2 weeks, we go into phase 3 of the program on week 20. So I don't know. I'll look into that when it comes and see if there's anything else that gets changed up. But I'm going to just stick with this for the next 2 weeks at least. And let's see, my nutrition. So my daily average was 1685, but for most of the days it was closer to around 1600. It was like 1625 for most of the days. But yeah, so it's been kind of in that range. And actually those 1625 days were the days that my macros were just perfect. So I'll show you what that looks like. So yeah, overall, on average all week. So I do higher carbs on Sundays, so that kind of shifts the percentages. So I had 36% carbs, 26% fat, 38% protein. But if you look at the daily, oops, nope, where is it? Okay, so where are we at? April 29th. Actually, the 28th was one of those. So very much the same as last week. So I start with a pre-workout. I have some BCAAs to drink, and then I'll do 2 protein shakes. I've been eating this Hormel plant-based chili. I have been eating different types of plant-based chilies across the weeks, and they have different macros in all of them. Most of them do have pretty high protein, but like the carbs and the fats differ. And this one, I like the calories. It's kind of one of the lower calories in it. And I like the macros in that better. So I've been sticking with that. And then we've got the Gardein meatballs. Same thing. I had switched between the Gardein meatballs and the Impossible meatballs, but I like the macros better in the Gardein meatballs. So I've been sticking with those. Beyond Meat, great, love that. And then I've been eating broccoli, and then I've still got my fruit in there. I've got the Cosmic Crisp apple, and then I've been getting those olives in there to get my I'm pretty sure they have quite a bit of fat. Yeah, like it's like all fat. So that's how I've been boosting up my fat. And then I've been having a couple of clementines. And then you can see here at the top, that puts my macros just perfect, even though it's below 1700 calories. Because I think before I was trying to get as close as I could to 1700 calories, so I would add a little bit more fruit in, or peanut butter. I was trying a couple different things to get it close to the 1700 calories, but then stick with the macros. But this, I mean, the macros are right, and I'm, you know, like below the 1700 calories, but it seems the easiest for me for right now, so that is what I'm going to stick with. Oh, I didn't show you. Let me show you my weight chart over here. So yeah, you can see it's starting to consistently go down. And, you know, whenever I first started this, I had my calories quite a bit higher because I felt like I need some calories to, you know, push myself in the workout, and I wasn't focusing as much on the diet. I was just trying to stay like below 2000 calories, but I wasn't doing that every day. And so it was just kind of going up and down around 140. And then, yeah, but you can see, like, when I started the program in January, I guess, because I wasn't tracking really what I was eating too much before that, and, or I wasn't trying to hit any sort of goals, and it just, like, I guess I was eating below 2000 calories on average. And so once I started, like, doing that, my weight went up, and then now it's on, like, a downhill trajectory. And if you spin it out to, like, or let's do all. So yeah, like my weight had just been going up all across 2020. And then let's see, that decline down at the on the far right side where it kind of like just really started drastically going down, that was when I did the, what was it called, the 12-week, how can I not remember? It was like that 12-week shred program that I did. So yeah, so as I was like bringing my calories down every couple of weeks, you know, I really saw a lot of weight loss, and then it kind of came back up there in January, and now it's starting to go back down, but I don't want it to go down too far, like I said, because I want to make sure I'm building muscle. But yeah, that's kind of how it's tracking, how it's been tracking over the past couple months, couple weeks, whatever. Okay, so here's how I'm looking in my workout clothes. Like, in workout clothes, I feel like my figure has always, for the most part, looked pretty good to me. I can't really tell too much visibly that things have changed, but I can feel that, like, these pants are feeling just a little bit looser on me now. So yeah, how I'm looking in my workout clothes, and then I'll get the measuring tape and do the measurements real quick. Oh, and by the way, I don't work out in a sports bra. I just don't feel comfortable with that. Usually I just have like a plain white t-shirt that I wear at the gym. I don't know if I'll ever feel super comfortable just wearing like a sports bra to the gym, but yeah, normally I just have like a black sports bra, black pants, and then the white t-shirt and sneakers, and that's what I wear every day. But anyway, so here are the measurements. Last week my band up here was 30 1/4. This week it is 30, and I think a couple weeks ago it was 30, but again, I've been changing up I've been wearing different tops, and I think the top made a difference. So I'm gonna try to wear this top every time from now on. Last week my bust was 34. This week looks like it is, I'm losing there, 30. 33 3/4, so we've gone down just a little bit there. My waist, I will say there were some days last week, because I've talked a little bit about this, about how I feel like chubby or I feel leaner. There were a couple days over this past week that I felt like pretty lean, like I felt skinny, I guess is how I would explain it. Today I'm not feeling that. Today would be one of those days that I'm feeling a little bit chubbier, but I don't think I look chubbier. So let's see. So my waist is at 30. Last week it was 30.5, so my feelings aren't in line with the actual measurements. And then my hips. Whoa, 37.5, and that's like a lot less than last week. Last week I had 38 3/4. Let me try that again. So I know like other people, like most people would do like what's the widest part, and maybe I should do that, but like I don't know. I just like to feel where my hip bones are, where the top of it is, and just do it from there. I feel like as long as it's consistent, then that's not a big deal. But maybe I should do it a different way. I don't know. Okay, so yeah, now that I've redone it, it's 38. So that seems a little bit closer, even though it is quite a bit smaller, but I don't know. And then my thigh, last week it was 21.5. And I just go from like this knee crease here and I go up 6 inches just so I'm like measuring the same place every week. And it looks like it's the same. What did I say? 21.5? Yeah, 21.5. So there we go. So yeah, some changes in the measurements in my chest and my waist, which is where I do carry some of my fat. So I'm hoping that's a sign that what I'm losing is fat instead of muscle mass. But yeah, like I said, I'll just keep doing this, try to keep doing this for the next couple weeks and just see how it goes. I'll be back next week with another update.